Top 10 Hollywood movies with the biggest budget on Netflix. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to TV Explosion. In today's video, we are going to talk about top 10 Hollywood movies with the biggest budget on Netflix. Before we start, hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. 10. Okja 2017, $50 million. Before Korean director Bong Joon-ho stole the scene in 2019 with his genre-bending thriller Parasite, he directed this Netflix environmental sci-fi venture about a girl who raised a GMO super pig. Okja's ensemble cast includes international stars like Tilda Swinton, Jake Gyllenhaal, Ahn Seo-hyun, and Steven Yeun. Netflix put up $50 million for Okja, which debuted at the 2017 Cannes Film Festival before being released on the streaming service. It turned out to be a good investment as Okja received critical acclaim. 9. The Ridiculous Six, $60 million. While Okja was a success, the Adam Sandler-led The Ridiculous Six was a massive flop. This Western comedy has a 0% approval on Rotten Tomatoes. Sandler acts alongside Terry Crews, Taylor Lautner, Rob Schneider, and Luke Wilson in the film, which tells the story of 6 men who find out they are brothers who share a criminal father. After no big movie studios picked up the project, Netflix spent $60 million to have The Ridiculous Six made. 8. Project Power, $85 million. Jamie Foxx teams up with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Dominique Fishback in the dark superhero feature Project Power. Set in the future New Orleans, the trio plays a soldier, a cop, and a drug dealer respectively who come together to rid the streets of a drug that gives its users superpowers for 5 minutes. The script for the film underwent a bidding war that Netflix won for $85 million. While the film lacks much substance beyond its performances, it was among the most streamed films on Netflix during its first few weeks. 7. Bright, $90 million. Even though critics lambasted Bright when Netflix released it, it has since developed a cult following due to its racial themes and star, Will Smith. Joel Edgerton co-stars with Smith as an orc akin to a goblin. The two play buddy cops in Los Angeles fighting corruption in an alternate reality where humans and supernatural creatures live side by side. Bright's $90 million budget provided Netflix with an impressive return. It remains one of the company's most streamed films. 6. Triple Frontier, $115 million. Ben Affleck leads this action-packed heist film about a group of soldiers who plan to rob a South American drug lord. Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Garrett Hedlund, and Pedro Pascal make up the supporting cast, all members of a U.S. Army Delta Force. Netflix dropped serious cash for Triple Frontier thanks in large part to its A-list cast. Not only was it well received by critics, it's been streamed over 63 million times, making it one of the company's most watched films. 5. Outlaw King, $120 million. A bloody and dark medieval war drama, Outlaw King is an ambitious epic from David Mackenzie that harkens back to Braveheart. The 2-hour venture stars Chris Pine as a 14th century Scottish king who launched a guerrilla war against the British rule of King Edward I. Pine's character, Robert the Bruce, was a real-life king remembered in the annals of history as a fierce warrior. Noted for its insane visual effects, it's no wonder Outlaw King cost $120 million. 4. Six Underground, $150 million. 2 names explain why Netflix's Six Underground cost so much money to make: Ryan Reynolds and Michael Bay. This big-budget action film stars Reynolds as a former tech billionaire who fakes his death to take down a terrible dictator in Asia. Reynolds' character One assembles an international group of assassins to get the job done. When it comes to the film's ability to get the job done in terms of entertaining audiences, Six Underground is among the most watched ventures on Netflix. 3. Red Notice, $150 million. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson battles Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot in this forthcoming action comedy that is almost guaranteed to be a streaming success. Directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber, Red Notice involves an Interpol agent, The Rock, who goes after the world's most skilled art thief, Gadot. Red Notice is slated to be released on November 13, 2020. Its $150 million budget allows for plenty of explosions and bombastic action sequences, as well as big payouts for its actors. 2. The Irishman, $159 million. It was a big deal when Martin Scorsese announced he was bringing Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci back together for The Irishman. After years of stalled efforts, Netflix funded the film, which is based on the 2004 nonfiction book I Heard You Paint Houses by Charles Brandt. The decade-spanning gangster movie involves the use of state-of-the-art special effects to tell the stories of Teamster Jimmy Hoffa, Pacino, and his various cronies. Netflix initially gave up $100 million for the film, but the budget quickly soared to $160 million. 1. The Gray Man, $200 million. While details surrounding the Russo brothers' The Gray Man are scant, it will likely be some time before this assassin thriller arrives on Netflix. It is based on the book of the same name by Mark Greaney, which follows a former CIA operative and current contract killer named Court Gentry. The narrative takes Gentry all over the world, which explains why The Gray Man will cost $200 million. Filming is set to begin early in 2021, but it's impossible to know if this date is firm due to COVID-19. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.